Sådan der, jeg tror, vi er tilbage. Den her gang med kamera. Har jeg mikrofon? Jeg har mikrofon. Har jeg test? Hey, jeg har chat også. Holy moly, nu virker det sgu. Hold da kæft, mand. Det er altså ingen Teddy stream uden diverse problemer. Ja, det er faktisk et godt spørgsmål. Virker streamerbot egenskaber. Streamerbot. Sådan der. Prøv lige igen. Men streamerbot er her jo. Den siger partially connected. Hvorfor siger den kun... Den er connected til OBS. Der står jeg connected til OBS. Ja. Hvor er det? Okay, jamen fint nok. Så må vi... kan man så ikke sætte den over til no redeems? Jeg skal lige gøre sådan der, og... Godt, så kan jeg tale. Vi skal spille spil i dag. Vi skal, som I nok så havde jeg gang i Wien. Vi spillede lidt Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City. Bare sådan af generel interesse. Jeg har altid godt kunne lide Animal Crossing, og så vil jeg gerne lige prøve et lidt ældre Animal. Hvorfor virker det? Når hey listen ikke virker. Okay. Ja, det gider jeg ikke at få tid på. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, The Director's Cut er spillet, som vi skal spille. Virker Teddy? Nej, Teddy virker slet ikke. Lige ved at skifte spil her. Og så vil jeg snakke. Fix Teddy! Okay. Sådan der. Og... Godt. I 1996, der kom der et computerspil, som der hed Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Og det gik ud og fik en toer, som igen hedder Broken Sword, og så har det et navn, jeg ikke lige kan huske lige ned. Men da 3'eren og 4'eren og 5'eren og hvor mange de nu egentlig kom op på, så ville de gerne genudgive Broken Sword 1 for at man stadig kunne være med i spillet og vide, hvad der skete og alle sådan nogle ting der. Og det var så der, hvor Director's Cut udkom. Director's Cut er stort set det samme spil. Sådan en smule opscalet grafik. Lydfilerne er stadigvæk det samme. Men der er kommet nogle ekstra puzzles ind i spillet. For at give det en lille smule dybere historie. Der var en god del steder i det originale spil, som der stille og roligt sådan blev, ikke stille og roligt, det blev skibet sådan lidt og elegant over. Og det var så nogle af de ekstra titler, som vi så fik i Director's Cut. Desværre, og jeg siger virkelig desværre her, det er en meget lille ting, men fordi spillet skulle udkomme på så mange forskellige platforme som overhovedet muligt, så kørte de bare alt over en kamp, hvilket betød, at der er mange scener, som der er blevet nedgraderet en smule. For eksempel, der er en person, som der kommer til skade, og der har de for eksempel fjernet blod. Men det gør så også, at spillet kunne udkomme på for eksempel Wii. Og det fik en lavere rating. Så det er det er Broken Sword. Jeg har på hylden, der har jeg spillet til original PlayStation 1, og det er den originale version. Så har jeg Shadow of the Templars Director's Cut på Wii, og jeg har det samme spil til DS. Forskellen på Wii og DS, i DS-versionen, der har du dit inventory og ting, du kan vælge at gøre, og sådan noget der har du på den nederste skærm, mens at sådan andre ting, det foregår på den øverste skærm. Men i Wii-versionen, der er der multiplayer. og så vi har, vi har på hylden. Og så er det jo så nok der, man tænker, multiplayer på et eventyrspil. Ja, fordi spiller 2 har den mulighed at kunne pege på skærmen. Og det er det. Player 2 kan ikke vælge noget, kan ikke trykke på noget. Player 2 kan pege. Og det var den specielle grund til at få det på Wii. Det var så Player 2 kan pege. Så jeg vil i dag speedrun spillet med kun at spille som Player 2. Nej, det er en joke. Vi skal lige hurtigt gå igennem, hvad folk snakker om, alt sådan noget der. Vi har Zone i chatten. Velkommen til Zone. Så har vi Champion. Så har vi Chichi. Vi har Long Sister Silver. Vi har Shadow. Vi har Humle. Og jeg tror, det var det. Så lad mig gå over på... og så bliver jeg lige spurgt nogle spørgsmål der. Hvor mange gange har jeg gennemført spillet? Jeg har kun gennemført spillet 1 gang. Og det er lang tid siden. Og hej Pytte, som lurker. Jeg går over på gameplay. Du prøver at finde ud af, hvordan du får amiibo-kort ind i New Leaf. Jeg ved, at når du har spillet i noget tid, så får du adgang til en genie inde i den lampe, som du putter ind i dit hjem. Og den her genie her kan så lave sig om til de figurer, som du scanner med amiibo-kortet. Men jeg ved også, at der er en metode, at det gør bare, at du kan snakke med dem og sige hej til dine favorit villagers. Men jeg ved også, at der er en metode at invitere folk. Og den kan jeg simpelthen ikke huske. Nå, vi går over til Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Kan jeg huske min pin? is incorrect. Lige 2 sekunder. Okay, jeg kan godt huske min pen. Ubisoft. Yay, Revolution.
Paris, city of love, romance, and dreams. So they say. I used to say it too, but ever since that day, the day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris with death. Ja, det er filmaften. I was at home having a bath when my editor called.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now. You got an interview. With Pierre Carchon. Yes, the Pierre Carchon. No photos, so leave your gear at home. He asked for you personally. Don't ask me why. Anyhow, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
So charming and so very apt. Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe. He and his wife Imelda were just one step down from royalty. Whoa, I hate mimes, but unless you humor them, they don't go away. Here I was, the palace of the Media King and the Ice Queen. I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life forever.
Yes? What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Come up, we're on the first floor.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
The Ice Queen was certainly living up to her reputation. Will you be staying for the interview?
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty? You're too kind, madame.
Ah, the talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard. Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please. But I do not flatter you idly. I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father? He never mentioned.
He and I were very close, and then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda, your damned cat's in my study again. Another Ming vase, I suppose. Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Perhaps it's the rest of the world getting older, madame. That was no cat. My God, what? Monsieur Carchon! He's dead. I must call the police. You'd better stay here. There was a man. It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called her the Ice Queen. She would have been top of my list of suspects if I hadn't seen the attacker myself. And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already. One of the most important men in Europe murdered. And here was I, Nico Coulard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops? Or start my own investigation? It was a no-brainer.
Og så er vi i gang. Jeg vil gerne lige huske jer på, at hvis det her nogensinde kommer ud for jer, at I er hos nogen, og lige pludselig, så bliver den person, som I er på besøg hos, mørdet. Lad være med at starte jeres egen investigation. Lad politiet investigere, hvad de er bedst til. Og for Guds skyld, lad være med at røre noget som helst. Og hvis der er nogen derude, der faktisk investigerer. Ja, jeg snakker rigtig godt dansk. Og hvis I derude murder nogen, så håber der er nogen, som der følger rådene af taget det her spil her. Ja. Det her, det er en af de nye scener i...
Mimes and guns don't usually go together, but I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime. I'd come across this murderer before, and written about him. The costume killer, at least that's what I'd called him. Some people hate searching corpses for clues. Me, I'm okay with it. Reminds me of an old boyfriend. In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I'd tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now. I closed his eyes. It was the least I could do for the poor fellow.
Den ticket ligner en Cheeto.
Carchon and... A bust of Pierre Carchon, humble servant of La France.
Teddy, har du prøvet Grim Fandango? Ja. Og det er lige præcis et af de spil, som jeg har gennemført en million gange.
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job. I didn't want to cut myself and leave blood on the glass. Call me old-fashioned, but I like to keep my DNA to myself.
Jeg mener, at jeg har Grim Fandango til Switch.
The bookcase was filled with obscure
Jeg købte det,
first
fordi jeg
editions.
håbede, at mange af de andre gamle LucasArts-spil, som der er blevet remasteret, også ville komme til Switchen. Så jeg købte det bare, fordi jeg lige så godt vise interesse i det. Jeg kan faktisk ikke huske, om jeg har gennemført det på Switch nu. Men jeg har gennemført det på PC mange gange.
Pierre Carchon again. His eyes seemed to follow me around the room.
Det var den der knap der. Stadig lige ved at lære, hvordan spillet fungerer.
The killer must have used a ladder to reach the window. He was long gone. Guess he folded that ladder up, popped it in his pocket and took it with him.
Teddy, du er meget lav i forhold til spillet. Jeg bliver nødt til at skrue ned for spillet så. For jeg kan ikke skrue mere op for mig selv.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder, and I needed to find them. I reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful. Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
Jeg kan faktisk gøre sådan her. Så bliver jeg lige pludselig lidt højere. Sådan der.
Imelda had talent, but I certainly wasn't going to tell her that. It was a tube of acrylic paint. French ultramarine. Just the color I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
Young lady, what are you doing? Oh, this paint. It's my favorite color.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
Excuse me, madame.
Yes?
Det her det er den måde, man snakker på i spillet. Hver eneste person, som man kan snakke om, er hernede, og hver eneste ting, som man enten har set eller har i sit inventory, kan man snakke om hernede. Så det er bare snak og nyd historien.
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
Okay, mand, hun er kold.
Why did your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
He never told you anything.
No, and frankly, I preferred it that way.
Why would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start.
How did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Collard?
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know, most of them women. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't patronize me. You're all cut from the same cloth. Do you have any moral sense at all?
Yes, that's why I do this job.
You do it to see your name in print.
As if my editor gets the byline, I just do the work.
Well, don't expect my sympathy.
The police will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No, I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it? The dutiful wife. That was my role. He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
Your husband invited me here today because he needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
You're wrong. I was onto his killers already, I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people. And perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this. It's the key to the drawing room next to the library at the end of the hall. It was Pierre's room. I rarely went in there. I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
La liberté. Det er dagbogen. Og hvad var det, jeg skulle til at sige? Nu kan jeg ikke huske, hvad det var, jeg skulle til at sige. Kan jeg ikke huske, hvordan de tidligere Broken Sword gjorde det, men jeg mistænker, det var ret meget det samme. I den tidligere, der var det bare en lang linje heroppe i toppen, hvor alt man kunne snakke om, det var der. Så alle karakterer og alle og alle ting, man havde. Er der nogen grund til at slå sine sten i New Leaf? Ja, det er der. Der er en af stenene hver gang, som der kan gå i stykker. Og den, som der går i stykker, den kan efterlade enten guld, eller en diamant, eller en rubin, eller et eller andet, som er ekstra mange penge værd. Og det er random hver dag, hvilken en, der går i stykker.
I didn't need the lights on. It was light enough already. The painting showed the Cachons together, in love. As the poet said, the past is a different country. Or did I read that in a fortune cookie?
Det ligner en knap.
There was the very faintest of clicks. Behind the picture was a safe.
Franz Jäger.
The safe was locked. I needed the key.
Okay.
This wasn't the time for me to lie on the sofa doing my Marie Antoinette impression. Though it is very popular at parties, especially with gay guys. Don't ask me why. As expected, the desk was yet another priceless antique. Yawn. The blotter and in tray had clearly been placed with mathematical precision. I didn't need a sheet of blotting paper. Not while it was blank. My heart skipped a beat. It was a carved elephant. But not just any carved elephant. It had been made by my father. I knew for certain because in my apartment I had its exact twin. Carved into a box he had made.
Så der er en, der går i stykker.
Had known my father.
Så hvis du bare slår
They
dem alle
really
sammen,
must
så er der
have
en
been
af dem, der vil gå i
friends.
stykker.
I decided to take the carved elephant. It clearly meant nothing to Imelda. I didn't want to take the tray, but I knew that I could use it. Locked. Not surprising, really.
Virker
It was a back.
Nøglen må også dertil.
It didn't work, but I guess it would have been surprising if it had.
Lady, det der røveri, skulle du ikke opklare et mord? Jamen altså, for du ved hvad ordsproget siger. For at opklare et mord, så skal man stjæle en masse ting. Så det er jo ikke mig, der laver reglerne, vel?
A magnificent.
Logik. For hulen. Den skipper, når jeg kommer derned. Boop.
The cloth was embroidered with an.
Ja, det er fint.
It was a boat ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. When I was a little girl, Papa used to take me on the Bateau Mouche as a treat.
Okay, men skal jeg virkelig herop? Jeg kunne selvfølgelig også gøre sådan her. Du fandt guld! Okay, det virkede ikke det der. Jeg holder den deroppe. Guld! Hvordan er Wii controls?
A magni.
horrible.
It wouldn't fit.
It wouldn't fit.
It wouldn't fit.
Nå, for at undgå at bare sidde i lang tid uden at vide, fordi lige præcis de her dele her, jeg kan simpelthen ikke huske dem. Så jeg kører lige et par hints igennem. The hole is too small for you need to use something thinner. Okay. Kan man så trykke igen? Okay, man kan ikke få... Ja, men spørgsmålet er, om det er godt anderledes eller dårligt anderledes.
Pierre Carchon was stiff for the last. It must have fallen when I was knocked down.
Så vidt jeg husker, nej. Jeg mener, at det eneste som guld er godt for, og alle de der ting der, det er, at det sælger for meget. Det er det, jeg husker.
Aha! Nico, you are just so damn good at this stuff. Instead of comforting Imelda, I was ransacking her flat. Why? Because there was something going on here, and I had to get answers before the cops arrived. And hey, she'd been rude to me, so she had it coming.
Ja, hun har lige mistet sin mand. Gider du lige?
A key. Maybe a safe key.
Hun indrømmer blankt, at det er rent tyveri.
In the safe was some kind of artifact. There were strange symbols on its surface. It looked like the printer's blocks I'd made at art school. If there was one thing I'd learned about symbols, they are always important. But these symbols scratched into stone were impossible to read. I needed to find a way of printing them. At least the stone was round. But what could I use for ink? And what could I print on? Sure, I was stealing, but I knew Imelda didn't know about the artifact, and Carchon was past caring.
Sure, I was stealing. Men hun skal jo bruge tingene for at finde alle mandens hemmeligheder, så vi kan finde ud af, hvem der slår ham ihjel.
I'd spread blue paint over the bottom of the tray. It was ruined. I was a very bad girl, but also quite a clever one.
I was a very bad girl.
I rolled the artifact in the paint until it was completely coated. Genius! The roller and the paint worked just as I planned, but what did it say? It was some kind of coded message. It read, "Sub judice." I may not have learned a lot as a journalist, but that was a term I knew well. It means a legal case that is before the courts. Below it was a sequence of letters that made no sense. I suddenly realized there was a connection between the boat ticket and the coded message. The boat ticket was stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. The conciergerie on the Ile de la Cité, by the river, housed the ancient law courts. So, sub judice could in this case mean literally under the law courts, below the conciergerie. I was pretty sure I'd found all I could here. And besides, all this opulence was making me pine for my regular life of poverty. This was a huge story. It was also one heck of a puzzle with a lot of pieces missing. But I was going to crack it. And if I could just remember the name of that fancy prize you get for being an ace journalist, I was definitely going to win it this time.
Med tanker om, at han var lige under royalty i social status, så er politiet godt nok langsomt til at komme frem. I realiteten, politiet er allerede fremme, men de har fået at vide, at hende, der er derinde, hun er altså lige i gang med at opklare mordet, så I må lige vente lidt. Mais oui.
Did you find anything useful?
This carving. Do you know anything about it?
It was Pierre's. What does the statue have to do with...
Please, I need to know.
He was given it by a friend. Something to do with Africa.
He never explained any more.
No. But I think it was important to him. Always on display. Why?
It was carved by my father.
Oh, I see. I didn't know.
Imelda, I will do everything I can to find the killer.
Thank you, my dear.
And if the police ask...
Don't worry. You were never here.
Sub judice was the key. I was going to have to find a way under the conciergerie. I decided to head straight for the quayside on the Ile de la Cité. If there was a way of getting under the conciergerie, it would have to be from there.
Vi er stadigvæk ikke kommet til det punkt i spillet,
Canchon
hvor
wasn't the
man
type for messing about on the river. He was up to something down here. Something that got him killed.
Hvor man er i starten af originalspillet. Vi er stadigvæk på den nye del. Og jeg vil lige vise den Wiimote, jeg spiller med. Sådan en rød
The fence
special
wouldn't
edition
move.
agtig en. Synes jeg bare lige, jeg vil vise.
This fence wouldn't move either.
Nej, det er ikke Super Mario Edition. Desværre.
I tried pushing the fence, but it wouldn't move. A strange pair of locks stopped the latches from releasing the gate.
Ja, fordi så vidt jeg husker, så Mario-versionen, den havde et Mario-logo på et eller andet sted på den. Nå, forestil jer, at I låser en port med en topsikker lås, og så selve nøglen, det er en puzzle. De tossede, de franskmænd.
I'm really feeling it.
Er det ikke Xenoblade Special Edition controlleren? Det er sådan, vores kælder er låst. Jeg tror ikke, det er Xenoblade Special Edition. Hvis jeg ikke kan... Vil der ikke være Xenoblade logo på den heller? Den delen... Sådan der. Og... okay, det var en Pro-controller. Så er jeg tilbage igen. Jeg tror, hvis jeg selv skal gætte, hvad det er for en controller, det er. Kan I huske, da den lille Wii, den helt nye Wii kom ud, den der var helt tynd og rød? Jeg tror, det er den controller. Har du spillet hele serien? Jeg har ikke spillet 3'eren, 4'eren eller 5'eren. Jeg har kun spillet 1'eren og 2'eren. Kan jeg ikke bare... Jeg hader den her slags her. Sådan der. Sådan der. Og sådan der. Okay. Den røde controller var også bundlet til Wii Motion. Ja, Wii Play Motion, det står nemlig også i bunden af den. Wii Motion plus Inside. Men det er så også det eneste, den har af sådan tekst. Og velkommen til Retro. Jeg mener spillet, der var efterfølgeren til Wii Play, som kom med en standard. Det kan da godt være, at det er sådan en Wii Play bundle controller. Forkert. Det er den der, jeg skal. Og så... Det absolut værste er, at den her type puzzle her, det ser man aldrig igen. Så de har bare lige smidt sådan en puzzle ind her i sådan en, kunne det ikke være sjovt hvis-agtig ting. Og nej, det kunne ikke være sjovt. Sådan der. Det er ikke rigtigt, det der. Den skal helt ned i bunden, den der, så det er... Denne her. Sådan der. Hej, Dalek! Træk låsen en tilbage. Jo, så skal jeg gøre sådan her. Fordi så kan jeg tage dem der ind her. Nej. Jo, det er rigtigt. Fordi så gør jeg sådan her, smider den her ind, tager den her, gør sådan der. Og så gør jeg ting. Den oppe i venstre hjørne. Træk den ned. Godt, det har jeg gjort. Så Humle, nu er det bare dig, der gør det. Nu skal du fortælle mig, hvad jeg skal gøre. Nu kører vi chat plays. Humle er Puzzle Master, Teddy han er Pokémon Master. Vi kan ikke være det hele. Vi kan ikke være begge dele samtidig heller. Du ved. Du er klar over, at jeg har været Pokémon Master i 25 år. Den der lange lige nede under låsen. Den der. Den skal til højre. Den til højre skal helt op. Den skal helt op. Så den der, den skal derover, ikke? Og sådan der. Haha.
For a room full of junk, that was one very sophisticated lock system. This place was definitely fishy, in more ways than one.
Mange tak, Humle.
Oops.
Skubber til noget.
An old
Går i stykker.
showcase.
Oops.
I wondered what that was doing there. A rough hole was cut into the pillar. No handle, nothing obvious. But there had to be a way to open it. Mystery solved. Carchon's stone cylinder slotted into the hole with a satisfying click.
To release the mechanism, the cylinder must be rotated clockwise and anti-clockwise, like a... Hvorfor åbner den der mappe lige pludselig? Move the pointer over the cylinder, and when the pointer changes to a hand, press the A button to grab it. You must rotate the cylinder. Blah, blah. Ew. Oh, sådan der. Okay, så vi havde... Det lyder som om stenen hostede. How sinister means left and dexter means right. Og på sedlen kan vi lige få inventoriet igen. Det var der.
Rolling out
Så
the
vi
painted
har
cylinder
sinister,
had
dexter,
given me a print of a
er
secret
der ikke en, der gider at
message.
skrive
It
SD,
read,
SS, DSS
Subjudice.
i chatten?
Below it was a sequence of letters. S, D, S, S, D, S, S.
Så prøver vi det igen. Så... Steve to Stone. S. Kom nu. Jeg hader. Hader controllers, altså. S. Amen. Yes. Det. Ej, hold nu op. Hvor er det dumt det her. Hvor er det dumt det her. Altså, S er left, og D er right. Så left. Og D. De er gået all in på motion puzzles. Jeg har on givet, de må... Givet deres røv må klø, og deres arme være for korte, altså. Og så skal vi den anden vej rundt. Det var D. Og så S. Ja. Nu stop. Den har du aldrig hørt før uden for din familie. Kan vide om man kan smide sådan en her i, og så hej FIFA. Nej, det kan man heller ikke. Okay. Vi kan godt. Så stopper den. Okay. Og så det. Kom nu! Kom nu. noget GG. Det er SDSSDSS. Altså, det er jo nemt nok. Det er jo S, D, skip puzzle. Kan man skip puzzle? What else do you have with you that might refer to Sinister and Dexter? Jamen, jeg ved jo godt. Det er jo ikke problemet, at jeg ikke ved, hvad det er, jeg skal. Problemet er, at I har valgt at bruge motion controls til jeres puzzles. Og I ikke har lavet en skip-button til, når nu er jeres motion controls buttons, de dårlige. Okay. Og så hold den op igen. Kom nu! Hallo! Nej, jeg gider ikke den vej. Ja, det vil jeg. Okay. Okay. Okay, så det var bare det, jeg skulle gøre. S, D, S. 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 Nej. S, D, S, S, D, S, S. Sådan der. S. Jeg troede, at man skulle gøre det som på et pengeskab. Men åbenbart skal man bare tage en lille smule af gangen. D. S. S. D. Nej! broken sword, nej. Broken puzzles, altså. Broken controls. Så 2 gange S. Hvorfor lige pludselig så meget? Hvorfor? Jeg drejer en lille smule, og lige pludselig siger stenen bare, jik! I det mindste er det ikke Dark Souls. Jeg vil hellere have dig. Er du 2 af dem? Så... Seriøst, hvis jeg klarer den her puzzle her, og så er der en anden en, der er lige sådan, skal gøre præcis det samme, så vil jeg lave, er der 2 af dem? Yes. Der er 5. Yes. Yes. For helvede, mand. Okay. Og nu er demoen slut. Kan man sætte den op igen? Ja, godt. Og så lukker døren. Og så skal man lave puzzlen igen. Ej, demoen er ikke slut endnu.
Oh my god. The slab came down with a hell of a force.
Vil du overhovedet have den djævlesten tilbage igen? Fordi jeg skal gøre sådan her.
The stone cross was propped up. Now I was getting somewhere.
Kan du huske det puzzles helt til sidst i spillet, hvor der er 5 af de sten, der skal justeres individuelt i den helt rigtige rækkefølge? Det kan jeg ikke huske, nej.
I touched the slot. Nothing bad happened, which was good. I've always been attached to my fingers. This slot was designed for something specific. But what?
Jeg har en idé. I have always been attached to my fingers.
The artifact slotted into the hole perfectly. Behind the old walls, I could hear some kind of mechanism groaning into life. But whatever had been triggered had now jammed.
Jeg er rigtig god til at overse, Kappa.
The gap was too thin for me to get a grip. I needed something thin enough to prise the door open.
Okay. Det tror jeg ikke er godt nok.
I was going to need something a lot stronger than a hair clip to free the door. I removed the shell case. The cross didn't drop back down. Some kind of mechanism was holding it up. The gap was too narrow. I needed something flatter to work into it.
En nøgle? Nej, okay. En anden nøgle? Nej, okay. En elefant? Nej, okay. Hvad skete der? Kan I huske de der PC-blade, hvor man fik en demo disk med? Ja, det kan jeg i hvert fald. Ikke lige præcis Blade, men jeg var stor fan af... Jeg var stor fan af... Der. Computer. Ej, hold nu op. Den værste boss i det her spil
The
her,
cross didn't need to be propped up.
det er så gik den igen. Det ikke er controlsene. Okay, der må være et eller andet, som der kan bruges til at åbne døren. Hvorfor går hun på båden?
Moving the skiff would only damage it more.
Jeg havde lidt håbet, at man kunne
I'd wrecked the skiff. Not that it was particularly seaworthy anyway.
bruge noget brændet eller sådan noget.
Lifting the cross closed the entrance door. And also,
Ja.
with nothing to hold it up, the cross dropped back down. This wouldn't. I need. This wouldn't hold. I need.
Escape.
I touched, which was good. The gap was. I needed.
Jeg ved, at jeg i hvert fald skal tage den der igen.
I removed.
Og så er jeg ikke sikker på mere. How could... Oh.
The gap was...
Kan jeg... Hvis jeg tager denne her og gør sådan der, og så gør vi sådan her. Godt se, det er lang tid siden, jeg har spillet spillet. Jeg kan slet ikke huske de her ting.
The stone slab had flattened one end of the shell case.
Nogle af de ting, man skal, kan man også bruge flere timer på at løse. Bare det med at gøre den flad. Ja. Men det er jo så en af fordelene ved, at jeg faktisk har spillet før, og men lang tid siden. For der er ikke noget kedeligere, end at skulle se en, som der sidder fast.
Another good use for a shell case.
Bare kan i gang.
Another secret room. Somebody had something to hide. But was it what I was looking for? Wow. Through the darkness, I could see that this was a stateroom. But for what purpose? And how did it tie in with Carchon?
Kan vi ikke lige tænde lyset? Der. Nej.
Amazing. The thing still worked. The room lit up bright as day. That wasn't going to help. A slot next to the safe door. All I had to do was find something to fit into it. It was like being back in kindergarten. All I needed now was a shape that would fit the slot.
Where does the triangle go? That's right. Into the square hole. Where does the circle go? Yeah, that is correct. Into the square hole. No.
I wasn't going to find anything in this old desk. It hadn't been used for years.
Hvordan ved du det, hvis du ikke kigger?
Inside the drawer, I found a note, written in some kind of code.
Hvad siger den kode?
The note had been encoded with a substitution cipher, with letters substituted for symbols.
Oh. That means that the different symbols are here. To crack the code, you must correctly match all the symbols to their corresponding letters. Highlight a symbol, then highlight the corresponding letter. If you make a mistake, select the Go Back button to step back, or you can reset by clicking Reset. Flere puzzles. Okay. Okay. Det der, det er jo nok et i. Men det er ikke en motion puzzle. Det er ikke en motion puzzle. Look out for any of the two-letter words and try out A or I, or in and off and to and by, etc. If you guess right, then some of the 3 or 4 letters will now become clear. Så det er simpelthen bare at blive ved, indtil man ikke kan blive ved. Så lad os sige, at det her, det er on. Er der en, der gider gå ind og finde løsningen til den her? Fordi det gider jeg altså ikke at sidde og rode med. så ja, er der en, der gider finde en løsning? Bare det første ord eller et eller andet, sådan, så vi kan... Mart! You all know what to do.
It was pretty clear from the lack of dust that someone had been working very recently at this desk. Oh my God! The sheet was a printout with my personal information. Everything from my favorite food to my waist size. They were right about chocolate. Come on, guys, I'm a size 10. There was even a picture of me, taken with a telephoto lens. Carchon wouldn't have taken these pictures himself. This was big. And organized. I was part of it, and people were getting murdered. The dregs at the bottom of the mug hadn't dried out or gone moldy. It wasn't more than a day old. This was the article I'd written about the costume killer. My suspicions were right. Carchon had cut it out. 2 businessmen had been killed. One in Italy, one in Japan. In each case, the killer had worn a costume. A penguin, and then a snowman. But that wasn't the only link between the 2 murders. Both the victims had been big media do-gooders, and I proved they were just the opposite. So, how did they fit in with Carchon? My articles about the...
Okay, hvad hedder posten? Det er... Jamen, vi skal lige ødelægge en skuffe.
Damn, don't you just hate it when that happens? A photo, long lost, had fallen down the back of the drawer. It was very old, but there was no mistaking the guy in the foreground. Carchon. Behind him were soldiers, a burning village and a corpse. The photograph was cropped on the right-hand side. Somebody else in the picture obviously didn't want to be in it anymore. I wasn't surprised. This was Africa in the 60s. An uprising was being brutally suppressed. And here was Mr. Media himself, Carchon, doing the suppressing. The photograph was not just powerful evidence. It was also my ticket to one explosive story.
Okay, lad os se, hvad det er, de kalder for den her puzzle her.
The note had been encoded with a substitution cipher,
Lad os
with
kalde det en
letters
cipher
substituted
puzzle.
for symbols.
Det ligner mere ham, mimeren. Skal vi se her. Shadow of the Templar. Cypher. Hustle. Og du har den? Sender den i privat. Kan du ikke bare smide de første par ord i chatten her. Ikke det hele. Hvis jeg får en lille smule af det, så kan jeg godt tage resten. Jeg tror, jeg har den her. Okay, Pierre. P. I. E. R. Report. Pierre, report to somebody. Something in. Is to something. Et eller andet. Mere hjælp. That. Together. Aha. Together. Hey, Asani.
NN Club.
NN Club. Together. Urgent. Oh.
Wow. Would you look at that?
Snart et år. Urgent. Sådan der. Det må være det. This is... det er det dude. D-U-D-E. Nej, det kan det ikke være. Bubber. Nej, sådan der. In danger. Det er D. Meget farligt. Together in... Et eller andet are in danger. Who? W. Haha. Both. Arno and somebody. Both dead. Fedt, mand. Stavespil. Er det Wordfeud? Ja. Pierre something report to somebody, but this is too urgent to wait. Arno and somebody both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed it seems that an coinciding in together in hvad kan det der være? Ash. Af. Ash. Ak. All. Dull. Oh. E. Full report. Det er en full report selvfølgelig. Full report to follow, but this is too urgent to wait. Arno and somebody both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in In what? In what? Kan jeg købe en vokal? Nej, jeg har ikke nogen vokal. Jeg har kun... Jeg skal lige bruge det sidste ord. Hjælp. Ja, hjælp. Hjælp, tak. J. J hvor? J? Husk at scrolle ned. Take great care. Og så det der bogstav der. Det der, det er et J. Og så den der. Det må være July. Så det er et Y. Yamada. Og så ved jeg ikke, hvad det der det skal være. Hvordan del Q? V? Nej. Z? V? Hvad er det der? Z?
The note had been encoded with a...
Hvad er det her for et spil? Hvad er det her for et spil? P E R report to Yamana full report. Full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamana both are dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X.
I had decrypted the note. It read, Pierre, full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X. I wasn't the only one to make the connection between the costume killer murders. I'd been right all along. That was why he had asked to meet me. But what did I know that he didn't? I had enough for a story. An amazing story that was going to make my reputation and blow Carchance to pieces. I needed to get home fast and start typing.
Og så er vi færdige med... Nej, det er vi sgu ikke engang. Okay, vi skal lige have lidt endnu.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Nico, it's Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, you cracked open the champagne yet?
Are you crazy?
What's wrong? Wait a minute. You didn't print it, did you?
Of course I didn't print.
That's the best piece I've written.
The last, as far as I'm concerned.
It's important.
It's suicidal. You can't destroy a national hero.
He deserved it.
His corpse isn't even cold.
Ronnie, 2 hours ago I told you what I'd found. You loved it. You begged me to write it up immediately.
2 hours is a long time in newspapers, Nico.
Someone's got to you, haven't they?
Listen up, Nicole, and listen good. Pierre Carchant had a lot of friends. Powerful friends. For your own sake.
Forget what happened.
You got it. End of conversation. Good night.
This should have been my big break, but I knew there was nowhere else to sell this story. If Ronnie wouldn't print it, nobody would.
2 hours is a long time in newspapers, said no one. Hvorfor starter hun ikke bare sin egen blog?
Bonsoir, Collard.
Mademoiselle Collard, my name is Plantard. I need to talk to you about your story. Your Pierre Carchant story.
How did you know about that?
There are people out there, madame, who will be very upset by this story.
Oh, really? Well, it's their lucky day. It's been spiked.
Yes, I know. We must meet.
We must?
I have information relating to your costume killer stories. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Café de la Chandelle Verte, Rue Alain Court. I shall be wearing a grey overcoat. You must talk to no one about this.
You can't tell me what to...
Tomorrow at 8. I'll be waiting.
People complain about newspaper articles all the time, but not usually before they're printed. I was beginning to feel scared. This guy, Plantard, could I trust him? Should I meet him or forget the whole business? I didn't have an answer.
Se, hvis hun skrev den her historie på Facebook eller på sin egen blog, så ville hun blive taget som en
I'd only been in Paris for a week, but already I'd fallen in love with the city. My latest discovery was a little cafe, La Chandelle Verte. I was pretty sure the waitress was taking a shine to me. That old Stobart charm, I guess. Little did I know my reverie was about to be so rudely interrupted. As I picked myself up, I was really angry. 1 minute I'm on vacation, the next minute some clown's blown me up. I knew right away what I was gonna do. I was gonna find that clown and bring him to justice. Because justice matters. Justice is up there with liberty, and equality, and, fraternity. After all, that's why I'd studied law, wasn't it? Well, that and the money, of course.
Okay, nu starter nostalgien for alvor. Og Muni skriver, ja, det er jo da også en måde at få det ordnet på. Han kommer i hvert fald ikke til at brokke sig mere eller han kommer ikke til at snakke med nogen mere. Ja, det vi er her nu, det er sådan, at spillet originalt startede på. Så vi vidste ikke, hvem ham, der lige blev mordet der, hvem han var, om han var noget på specielt. Vi ved ikke, hvad det var for en mappe, der blev stjålet. Vi ved ingenting. Men nu har vi jo en god idé, fordi vi lige har spillet versionen med Nicole. Jeg skal lige have sin avis tilbage.
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
The column was devoted exclusively to rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. The column was devoted I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read, Salah Eddin, 1345.
The leading article referred to
The big story was about the brutal murder of a French media magnate, shot down in cold blood. The guy oozed confidence, like a regular French statesman. The big story was the guy...
Oh. Og vi går lige forbi ham, der er blevet myrdet.
Oh, my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name, Sherry?
George Stobart, ma'am. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
Yes, I am. I studied under
Oh,
Dr.
right.
Benton.
Who is he?
Only one of the most brilliant medical minds on this planet. He taught me everything I know about medicine. Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
You could be in shock. No alcohol.
Okay, you're the doctor. What about the old man? Is he dead?
I don't know. I haven't looked at him yet. Do you remember what happened when the clown entered?
I remember that horrible tune he played all right. It was like a funeral dirge.
I'd never liked accordion music either. Did the clown speak to the old man?
No, he just laughed at him. Then he grabbed the old man's briefcase and ran out of the door.
Did the old man try to stop the clown?
Oh, he didn't have a chance. The clown dropped his accordion and ran out of the door. That's it. That's all I can remember.
Did you know the old man?
No, monsieur. I never saw him before.
Jeg begynder snart at føle mig ramt over, at de siger klovn så meget. Hvorfor det?
How did the old man behave?
Well, agitated. He kept looking about him at the door, at his watch.
As if he was waiting for someone?
Yes, I suppose so. He was worried about something, that's for sure. If you ask me, he was having an affair. He had that look about him, like a guilty husband.
Did you see what the old man had in his briefcase?
No, he didn't open it.
What did the old man do when the clown snatched his briefcase?
Nothing. He just sat there like he was frozen.
Did this newspaper belong to the old gentleman?
I don't know.
Someone has scribbled a note on it. It reads, Salah Eddin, 1345. Does that mean anything to you?
No, monsieur, nothing.
Det mest urealistiske
Stay
er
here,
at få det her
mademoiselle.
til engelsk.
I'm going to look around for evidence.
De bruger ordet så meget, at man kun kan tage det som et hint. Ja, han blev næsten lige slået ihjel af en klovn, så...
The sight of the dead guy's staring eyes turned my knees to jelly. I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets. No wallet, no papers, no credit cards. The guy's past was a blank page. I checked his pockets. Nothing. I needed a stiff drink, but I hated the taste of brandy. I'd hoped the fact that the mirror was already broken meant I'd escaped the bad luck. The mirror had smashed into 1,000 pieces. Bad luck for someone. Poor guy. He was pretty mashed up.
Sjovt, at man så... Hvorfor er det vigtigt at kunne se
He
det
was pretty
herfra?
mashed.
Nå, klonen løb den her vej, så lad os prøve at gå derind og kigge.
The clown had fled into this alley, but there was no sign of him now.
Han gemmer sig i skraldespanden. Ja, okay.
The cover was too heavy and awkward to lift with my bare hands. I took a deep breath and prepared to climb the drain pipe. I guess the clown had an escape over the rooftops.
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Whoa, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see
Got
the
him.
American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Moo. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche.
Don't shoot.
What
I'm
a
innocent.
mess.
I'm an American.
This bombing
Ha,
is an
can make up
outrage,
your
is it
mind,
not?
eh?
Stop that, monsieur.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Moo?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead.
Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can. Et maintenant, to business. Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so, apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No. He was more interested in the waitress.
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon. The picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live. She confirms the doctor's statement.
Oui? You did not tell me you are a doctor, monsieur?
No, that's right. I didn't think it was relevant.
Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. Enjoy your vacation, Dr. Stobart.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Ja. wow, den inspektør er helt hånden ligeglad. Altså, hvis man skal være helt ærlig, når man får at vide, at personen ikke vidste, hvem han var, og ikke så noget som helst, ikke hørte noget som helst, hvor meget mere information kan han så give, ikke? Er han baseret på Hercule? Nej, han er fordi Hercule Poirot, han havde ikke nogen psykiske kræfter, eller snakkede ikke om det psykiske. Og det gjorde han. Så nej, han er bare baseret på en franskmand.
Excuse me, mademoiselle?
Hi. My name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yep, that's right. On vacation in Paris.
Some vacation, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out in front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with a hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
What is that, some kind of nightclub?
Oh, no, it's a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you could interview me about the bombing. An eyewitness account, minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
A clown? It's him again.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
Og var det lige flirty nok? I have plenty of time.
Do you know a police officer called Rosso?
Rosso? Our paths have a knack of crossing. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was deliberate. Have you seen Rosso? Is he here?
He's inside, attempting to question a witness with his psychic powers.
That guy is weird.
Yeah.
Stupid charm. Sure thing, kid.
Who was the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Plantar. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Well, not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation. How did Plantard get your name?
Through the newspaper, La Liberté. I'd written an article linking two unsolved murders, one in Italy, the other in Japan. The cases were remarkably similar. A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer. Plantard said he could supply me with more information. Somehow the clown must have known about our appointment.
Why won't you tell me about the clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number. You help me with my story and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. À bientôt, monsieur.
Fine. I'll see you soon.
Altså, hans Stobart Charm fik et telefonnummer, så sådan kan man vel godt kigge på det.
Hey, you!
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess. Did you see an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot. Do you know what he said to me? Work fascinates me, he says. I could watch it all day. Can't beat. I could have knocked his block off.
Did you recognize the old man?
No. Should I have done? Was he a celebrity?
No, but I guess he is now. His name was Plantar.
Was? He's dead then?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Now I wish I hadn't called him what I did. If only I could turn back the clock. If only I'd been more tolerant.
Regret and remorse are strange emotions. They really bring out the hammiest actors in people. Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup and a big red nose.
Huh! Those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of us have to work for a living.
Look, I know you're busy, but surely you'd have noticed a clown.
I told you already. I didn't see a thing.
He was wearing multicolored baggy trousers and makeup.
He'd be a poor sort of clown if he didn't.
Listen, I have to find that clown.
Vi bliver ved.
He's a killer.
Say, who are you anyhow? A cop?
No, of course not. I mean, do I look like a cop?
No, but you act like one, sticking your nose in where it's not wanted. How do you know this guy's a killer? Did you see him in action?
Didn't you hear the explosion? The cafe was blown up.
I wondered what that bang was. Any bodies?
Yeah, an old man was killed.
Merde. I didn't think it was that serious. What about the waitress?
Oh, she's fine.
Thank the saints.
Take a look at this.
You told me you weren't a cop.
Don't shout about it. I'm working undercover.
Who are you looking for?
That's confidential. Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Og så står George bare og kigger på ham, mens han læser avisen.
Damn bleeding heart liberals. Tja! Save the dolphins, catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is. Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
What about your toolbox?
Stuff it. Help yourself.
George, hvorfor spørger du decideret, hvad med hans toolbox? Kunne du ikke bare tid stille,
I found
altså?
just what I wanted. A tool for lifting manhole covers.
Jeg skal da aldeles ikke kigge på hans hul.
Set into the huge gate was a smaller access door. The door was securely locked.
Nå, men nu kan vi jo åbne kloakken her.
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
Og det der værktøj, det puttede han bare lige tilbage ned i buksen. Men det er et eventyrspil, så nogle ting, der kan man ikke tænke på.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
Ah, så vi ved, at han gik den her vej, ja.
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
George, havde du forventet en duft af roser fra det hul?
I took hold of the scrap of
Kloakdækslet
material
dækket.
and unsnagged it from the spike.
Hi there.
Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back, and now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there, immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu, that is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Mon Dieu! And then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
One and the same?
Still does not explain what you were doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes.
Poise.
There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Okay, så vil han lige pludselig godt snakke med mig.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an armlock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against. Oh no, he made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture. Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, he was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know, but the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
Nej. Lad være med at sige sådan nogle ting. Ja.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
That is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Går spillet godt? Ja, det gør det i hvert fald.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romani seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not as so. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind. What was the name on the label?
It was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help.
Det vi har oplevet indtil videre, her er færdigt eller sådan noget. Men,
I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
George er den nye person, vi...
So the clown had escaped into the sewer, come up into the courtyard, and then slipped back into the street here. It wasn't much, but it was more than the cops had got.
Det er den nye person, vi kontrollerer. Ud foran en café kom der ham der Plantard ind, som skulle mødes med Nicole, som der satte sig ind i caféen, og så bagefter kom der en klovn ind, lagde hans harmonika på en stol ved siden af, og stjal hans kuffert og løb afsted. Og så sprang harmonikaen i stykker, og så døde manden. Og nu er George på jagt efter klovnen, som der er lige ved at slå ham ihjel. Fordi igen, som jeg allerede har sagt en gang tidligere, hvis der sker et mord omkring jer, så lad være med at undersøge selv. Lad politiet gøre deres arbejde.
Hello? Who is this? Hi. My name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Jeg hader den her telefonsamtale her.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Han ved ingenting, og han går bare fuld on nuclear på Todrick. Jo mere du spiller det her, jo mere får jeg følelsen af, at jeg har spillet det. Café de la Chandelle Verte, Poste de Police. Det er et ældre spil, som sagt. 96 blev spillet udgivet første gang.
Excuse me.
Not so fast. I'd like your personal details, please.
Huh? What for?
In the event of an accident, it would help us to know where to send the body.
Ej, ja.
Look, is this really necessary? I came in here to talk to Rosso.
Why did you not say? He's not here.
But
Do you wish to leave a message for him? I have a choice of blue or black pen. I'd recommend the blue for a less formal communication.
I'd prefer to talk to him in person.
As you wish, monsieur.
Is Sergeant Moo available?
What? You want to speak to him?
Yes, please.
I cannot recall the last time someone asked to speak to Moo. No one ever speaks to him. Not even his kids.
Hvorfor er den information nødvendig?
He's not here, monsieur. He is with Inspector Rosso, like Laurel and Kitten. No, monsieur?
Hardy. Oliver Norville Hardy. Thanks for your help, officer.
You want to speak to Moo? Nobody ever speaks to Moo. Not even his children. Du er da godt nok åben for en politimand at være, hva? Om dine kollegaer til fremmede mennesker.
Hello, Nico Coulard.
Hello? It's George.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment later this afternoon?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come over.
I was used to working alone, but I had to admit it felt good with George on the case too. But there were some things I was going to have to do alone, and fast. I needed the answers to some questions. Who was the costume killer? And why did he murder Carchon? Why did Carchon ask for me to interview him? How did he know my father? And why was my editor so scared? There was some kind of secret war going on out there, but who was on which side? One thing I did know. I wasn't going to get the answers sitting at my desk.
Alt vedrørende Nico er nyt, ikke? Ja, det er det. Så nu, hvor jeg er her, er specifikt for Director's Cut.
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's. The box was one of the few things my father left me. The elephant on the lid was... The box was... The elephant on...
Nej, okay. Carchon Residence, Rougerie, Café de la Chandelle Verte. Hvem kan du ringe til?
I didn't need to call anyone.
Ja, okay.
Hello, could I ask you some questions?
That depends. Are you a cop?
No, I'm a journalist.
Bit late, aren't you? They already took away the body.
I'm doing a follow-up on this story.
Tell me, are you related to the workman I saw digging the hole?
Don't talk to me about flobage. Pah!
Okay.
He just won a fortune on the horses and he won't give me a cent.
Well, it's his money.
When he was broke, he was happy to touch me for a loan. Brothers should look after each other, he used to say. He's changed his tune, now he's brassed up.
You're doing a fine job.
Damn right I am. You should be writing about me, not that idiot that got blown up.
The heroes will pick up the pieces when disaster strikes.
Exactly.
Well, give me your best smile and maybe I'll put your picture in the article.
Oh, right. Just give me a minute to do my hair.
The police had removed the body, but nothing else looked disturbed.
Nico, kan du få lov til at drikke?
Some journalists drink on the job, not me.
Det er i orden, Muni.
A panel had been blown away, revealing a gap. From this angle, I could see that something had been lodged in the gap behind the pipes. Behind the table were some damaged pipes. Voila! The police and forensic teams had missed a vital piece of evidence. Some kind of pouch. On the pouch was the cross symbol of Carchon's organization. I was on the right track.
Kan jeg vide, hvad der er herinde?
On the pouch was the cross. Inside the pouch were two items. A strange metallic artifact and a letter in some kind of code.
Ikke mere kode. Nej.
Another coded message using the same cipher system. So, Plantard was involved with Carchon.
Okay, her. P L A N T A R Plantard. K-I L-L-E-D, så det der det er Pierre. Pierre killed. Murderer. Murderer must have followed trial from Arno and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant.
Plantard. Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed trail from Arno and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her and for Carchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or
Maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell a story, whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
Sådan. Så var der også den der.
The artifact had a sword laid across scales. The scales of justice. I wondered if this connected to the room at the quayside.
Hey, what about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Alors, they should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had fooled him easily enough. And found the evidence the police had missed.
Wow. Jeg gider ikke at bruge mere tid på at snakke med ham.
The pipes weren't going to help my investigation. There might have been clues down there, but I was relieved I didn't have a sewer key.
Velkommen tilbage. Du gik glip af en puzzle.
The strange metal artifact I found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the quayside.
Oh no! Anyways. Ile de la Cité, an hour later. 1 hour later. Så, Nico, pas på, når du bare går ind forskellige steder. Fordi nu kommer morderen. Okay, der er ikke nogen. Så er det den der. Fordi det er det billede af det samme, som du ved, med Liberty.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too. A photograph had been torn up.
Lad mig gætte, der kommer en jigsaw puzzle nu.
If I could just arrange the pieces.
Okay, der er... Okay. Og man kan ikke engang flytte dem ud i siden. Man kan ikke bruge hele skærmen. Okay, det der, det er der. Det kan også godt være heroppe. Teknisk set, så er det ikke en jigsaw puzzle, da den er revet og ikke skåret. Okay. Sådan der. Aha. Hvem er det, mon? Hvem er det, mon, jeg er ved at sætte sammen her? Er det mon en, vi kender? Jeg har en rigtig god idé til et spil. Lad os lave en remaster af det spil, som vi lavede for x antal år siden. Men husk nu at putte rigtig, rigtig mange motion controls ind i spillet. Det er jo lige præcis det, folk elsker. Faktisk, I får bonuspoint for hver eneste motion control, I får ind i spillet. lavede jo spillet.
Oh God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything, but not this. My father, the one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Crachon while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it. I realized that I desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
Men altså, de kunne jo have sagt, at det var nok at bare styre musen med den her. Det ville have været nok. Nå, lad mig gå op og sige hej til Nicole Collard.
I pushed against the door, but it seemed to be locked.
Undskyld, kan du fortælle mig, hvorfor døren er lukket? Nej, den er ikke låst. Du skal bare slå rigtig hårdt på.
Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good. It only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to. Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me in the apartment block across the street.
I tried the door, but it's locked.
You know, I've told the landlord about that 1,000,000 times. It is a damp. The whole building is like a sponge. It sucks up the moisture from God knows where.
You mean the door is stuck because it's swollen?
That is correct. There is an art to opening it. Don't shove too hard. Just give it a gentle nudge above the lock.
Thanks for the advice. See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Men så kunne du jo ikke løse puslespil med motion controls.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock.
Hi.
I pushed the door
I'm
gently.
glad you could make it.
Dong!
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George. A beer? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers underneath the cafe.
Did you put your name at the goblet of fire?
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck. Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
My editor told me to drop this story. Can you believe it?
But you're not going to do that.
Oh no. I'm going to find out what's behind these killings.
It just doesn't add up. It almost feels like some sort of conspiracy.
The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders.
The press don't connect them at all.
They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
Well, that covers just about everyone.
Sad og overvejede, hvordan jeg skulle lave en Dumbledore-joke og om. Men det ved du godt, hvorfor jeg overvejede.
Tell me more about yourself.
There's nothing much to tell.
Well, how'd you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought me my first camera. I was 8, and my parents had just split up.
Did you live with your father?
Yes. My mother went off with her new boyfriend. I didn't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted me to study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arnaud Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines. in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it, millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium.
How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown.
I had been about to add mine to the list, but stopped myself. I really didn't want to have to explain to George about my father's involvement with Cauchon.
You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you this, I will not be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance for a big break.
Mærke til, at en gang imellem stemmerne bliver mere klare. Det er fordi, det er director's cut, hvor de har optaget stemmerne igen. Hvad jeg synes er underligt er, at de enten ikke har lavet de gamle stemmer om til remaster, eller har optaget det hele på ny, eller har taget de nye stemmer og lavet dem uklare, sådan så det lyder ens. Det lyder virkelig underligt, at man har... Og så har vi helt klar, og så går vi over til...
I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, was this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross, George.
It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
That's disgusting, George.
No. I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use, or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
I found a piece of material near the cafe.
When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe. Here, George, it's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh, no?
Take a close look at his right cheek.
A scar in the shape of a horseshoe.
Or a crescent moon.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Men nej, jeg har også hørt op til flere gange, at man siger, I hired this thing. Men det er et ældre udtryk. La Risée du Monde. Ja, det lyder mærkeligt, og det er også lang tid siden, man har hørt det. Men altså, det er ikke noget, man siger så tit. Det er noget, man sagde.
Excuse me.
Bonjour, monsieur. Please, come in.
Bonjour,
Welcome.
monsieur.
Leave the mundane world behind. For in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't want a costume.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Not that I remember.
Incredible! You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
Okay. I'm sorry. What? Incredible. Next time you tell me you never shared your sister's lingerie. Oh, yeah. Do you have something you want to tell me? Det er alligevel i Frankrig, vi er.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see how I can help.
Don't you keep a record of costumes that you've rented out?
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then, I'd like to check your records. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
Impossible. There are too many.
Impossible.
Do you recognize this man?
Oui, monsieur. I sold him some grease paint.
Does this dirty tissue mean anything to you?
Let me smell that. Bestheimer's number 7 white pancake.
Theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Thespian accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
2 cans. Altså, man burde ikke komme på en liste, fordi at man går i...
Have you heard of a man named Plantile?
I do not
Hvis
recall
man låner
anyone
sin
of
søsters
that name.
lingerie.
Do you recognize...
Ah oui, that is the man. I remember the scar on his face. He chose 2 costumes. Bozo the clown and Seamus the pixie.
A pixie?
Very smart. Green silk with a taffeta lining. He gave me his name as Monsieur Khan.
Khan?
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
Okay, så fik vi et navn. Khan.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Huh? Well, okay. What are you trying to do, kill me?
You did not find it amusing?
I never saw the funny side of electroshock therapy.
Eh bien, it is yours to keep. A gift?
Do I need a license?
No, but I give you a word of warning, monsieur.
What?
Remember to switch it off before you visit the toilet.
Thank you. Now, let me get out of here. Okay, vi fik et navn. Vi fik Khan. Det lyder som om han taler af erfaring. Vi tager til poste de police. Ej. Mø.
Sergeant Moo?
Ah, Monsieur Stobart, n'est-ce pas?
That's correct. You remember me.
The retention of such data is part of my duty as a gendarme. That is how crime is fought, through attention to detail, not intuition.
Yes, sure. Do you know a man named Khan?
He's a shifty-looking guy with a scar on his right cheek.
No, monsieur. Has this man any connection with the
You know a
bombing
guy
of the
named
cafe?
Khan. He's a shifty man with a scar on
I
his
believe
cheek.
Khan was the name he used when he hired the clown costume. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur.
It's the guy who bombed the cafe. The clown.
This man looks nothing like a clown.
He's taken off his grease paint and costume.
Then there is nothing to link this man with the killing.
Nothing? Look at those murderous eyes.
Hardly likely to get him convicted.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur.
Mooney's cat hype.
It's Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
Murderous eyes, det kan man da ikke dømme folk for. Nej, men det burde man måske.
Hi, Inspector. Remember me?
But of course, Doctor. My mind is a well-ordered faculty. A mental classification system that's the
Mooney, er der nogle billeder af din
Bibliothèque
kat?
Nationale.
Nogle steder?
No tricks, mark you, monsieur. Just exercise. Just as our muscles waste through inactivity, so our minds decay. But there is no need. If only people would learn to exercise their wits daily.
If he was trying to impress me, it worked. He was pompous and patronizing, but he had style.
Eh bien, if you called about the bombing, you're too late. Investigations have been closed.
But
I have been taken off the case.
what about the murderer, the dead guy?
It is out of my hands.
Don't you want to know what I found out about the killer?
I told you, monsieur, the case is closed. I have washed my hands of the whole affair.
Then I'll have to continue my investigations without your help.
No. You must forget the business of the clown completely. Go back to being an ordinary tourist, Stobard.
Did you find out the ID of the guy who was killed in the explosion?
I already knew who he was.
I heard that the bomb victim's name was Plantar.
Your sources are reliable.
He was a big shot at the Treasury, wasn't he? Maybe that's why you've been taken off the case.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I cannot comment.
So long, Inspector.
Nå, politiet var ikke til meget hjælp.
See you later, Sergeant.
Hello? Who is this?
Mr. Todrick?
Oh, it's you again. What now?
The man I'm looking for.
Ikke noget elektroshock til Moo.
Khan. He bought a suit from you, remember?
Mr. Khan. Yes, I remember him. Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel. The Hotel Ubu. I don't remember the room number. It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown.
Okay, så skal vi lige elektroshock Moo. Så den, jeg tror ikke, det vil virke, fordi han ikke har
What do you want now?
Would you like to shake my hand, Sergeant?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur. The gesture could be misconstrued.
Nå, okay.
See you later, Sergeant.
Jamen, så lad os tage en tur... Merde. Så lad os tage en tur over til Hotel Ubu. Oh.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Yeah? Jeg kan ikke lide dem.
See you later.
Not if you see me first.
Not if you see me first. Jeg elsker hende der.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
Søster vil gerne tale som hende. I didn't know you were mourning a lost one. A loved one. I'm not. He was my husband.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organizes fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. The wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
Hvad skete der last night?
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight. Romantic music tinkling across the room. And then, a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Okay, er det en øvelse i hvor mange innuendos, man kan lave i en sekvens?
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Merlin? Nå, lad os lige vise hende et billede af Karen her.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin?
Deranged.
You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
Tell me about Merlin.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr.
I am shook.
Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. Do you know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
Nå, lad os lige prøve, som Muni siger.
I just couldn't bring myself to use the buzzer on this dear lady.
Okay, det fik man heller ikke lov til. Okay, så vi lærte nu, at han har et andet navn også. Han hedder Merlin.
I want some information.
Who are you? The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
The man who calls himself Khan has a scar on his right cheek.
Vraiment? I tell you, I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not, but I'd noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the scar. I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
Rats. Hey, shake my hand.
I'd rather not, monsieur. I'm still sore from the shock administered by one of the guests. He was secretly concealing an electrical device in the palm of his hand. Practical jokes are so puerile, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay,
I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so.
Kaldte George ham lige for en klovn? Faktisk, da George spurgte om looking for a man dressed like a clown, der kunne ham her være smart og sagt, I'm staring at him, eller noget den stil.
Do you know a man named Plantar?
No, monsieur.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
It's Merlin, isn't it? Alias Khan, the clown.
I told you, I cannot tell you that.
Kan du have det rigtig godt, FIFA, og tak fordi du kom hen.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Nej, jeg skal ikke snakke med dig lige nu. Det er nok sidste gang, du skal spørge nogen, om de har set en klovn. Spillet for flere chancer for at give George en clown burns.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
What?
You are trying to steal that key, no?
No way.
No way. Også til dig, Teddy. One up. Eller level up. Vil du hjælpe mig nu?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Nej. Ja, så skal jeg gå tilbage og så fortælle, at jeg gerne vil have nøglen, tror jeg.
There was no one registered under, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
What now?
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
Oui, monsieur.
Which room is it for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
I'd like to check into room 21.
That is not possible.
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
Nah.
I believe Khan, the man with the scar, is also known as Merlin, the man who has taken room 22.
What of it? What do you want?
Access to his room.
Do you have a license, monsieur?
Huh?
A private investigator's license?
Well, not exactly, but I can explain everything.
I am sorry, but without credentials, I cannot help.
I insist you give me the key to Merlin's room.
I cannot do that, monsieur.
This guy Merlin is a menace.
So you say, monsieur.
He's not only a danger to society, but to your guests as well. He has toyed with the affections of Lady Piermont.
Ciel! Are there no depths to which he will not sink?
Precisely. He's already killed once, twice, maybe as many as 3 times. With your help, I just might be able to stop him.
But what if he finds out I have helped you? No, I cannot do it.
Kan vi ikke lige være enige om, at den her receptionist faktisk gør sit arbejde og burde praises? Jo, faktisk. Ved vi, om det er... Hvis jeg kommer hen og siger, har I... hvem er det, der bor i værelsenummer, bla bla bla, eller noget af den stil der, at han så siger... det kan jeg ikke fortælle dig, men du kan tjekke bøgerne. Er det ikke det eneste, han faktisk gjorde forkert, ellers har han gjort alting rigtigt?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George.
Sådan den. Nu kan jeg snakke.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
Oh, no. It's the key to an empty room.
And why, may I ask, do you wish to gain access to an empty room? Do you plan to squat?
No, ma'am.
Scouts on up?
I was never in the Boy Scouts, ma'am.
Oh, you should have been. What were your parents thinking of? It's a fine way for a boy to get licked into shape. Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
Shape?
It's next to the room the killer is using.
Ah, so you plan to eavesdrop on Merlin?
I was hoping there might be a connecting door.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick. I say! You there? Flunky!
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Over to you, my dear.
Så fik jeg nøglen.
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Og der er ikke så meget spændende herinde, andet end at jeg skal over over til det andet værelse. Og så er der en ting, jeg skal vise, og når jeg har vist det, så slukker jeg for i dag. Men vi skal lige se det her.
It was Khan. I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead. But he grabbed his pants quickly and didn't even see me. I didn't usually spy on men getting changed. But this guy was a killer, and I didn't want any surprises. He left his checkered pants on the bed. A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch.
Okay.
I had that kind of feeling you only get from searching still warm pants. The pocket was empty.
Kan vide om...
No, I couldn't do that.
Nej, okay.
There was nothing in the pocket. I flipped the pants over. I found nothing in the pocket. I found an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. But as I pulled it from the pocket, a strong thread came with it. A thread with a metal tag on the end. I turned the pants over again.
Tak fordi du fortæller alt, hvad du laver.
The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words Club Alamut.
Hvad var det for en...
I turned the pants over again. The pocket was empty.
Sådan der.
I pulled on the metal tag and the thread came out of the pants. It was like pulling out a ripcord.
Så kan jeg vende om. Så er
I turned the pants over again. I searched the pocket gingerly and found a pass card. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read...
Jeg mener ikke, der er mere lige nu. Her.
The assassin had been too smart.
Ja. Så er det ud igen.
What now, monsieur?
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe. I can live with that. A murderer? Are you sure?
Positive. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Jeg bruger lidt hint her. You need the help of a certain lady once more. Ja, okay.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I found this matchbook in Merlin's bedroom.
It came from the Club Alamut. It might be useful to find out if that club is in Paris, George.
This is the key to room 21.
That's next to the room taken by that rotten Merlin, isn't it?
Yes, and it's vacant.
Really? How convenient.
Maybe it was my imagination, but I had an uncomfortable feeling about this situation.
Yeah. Did I show you this photograph?
Yeah.
Ja. Hvad er det så, jeg skal? I have the pass card, but the clerk still won't let...
What now?
Did I show you this?
We must...
Do you recognize...
That is the property of the Hotel Ubu.
Correct.
May I ask how it found its way from the little hook to your pocket?
Would you believe it was put there by a poltergeist?
No, monsieur. The hotel is regularly serviced by an exorcist. If we had a ghost, Father Fécond would have flushed it out.
I suppose you want the key back.
Not especiellement. The room is vacant. Since you are so determined to conduct your little investigation, I won't stop you.
another hint? Talk to Lady Piermont again and show her the pass card. Watch and enjoy. Det har jeg da lige gjort.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George!
Follow me, George!
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but...
What's the problem?
He isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
Give him the package.
That is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
Okay, og her kommer så det, jeg lige vil vise, inden at jeg vil stoppe for i dag. Fordi hvis jeg går herop og trykker save, og saver for første gang faktisk, det skal jeg lade være med. Jeg må gerne save lidt oftere. Og for god ordens skyld har jeg gemt. Ja, jeg har gemt. Jeg gemmer lige igen. For god ordens skyld, jeg gemmer også lige her. Sådan der. Nu har jeg gemt nok steder. Godt. Skulle nødt lave en champion, ikke?
I couldn't leave the hotel with the manuscript. It was probably what those thugs were looking for.
Okay. Endnu en ting, de har fjernet i Director's Cut. Lad mig lige finde noget her. Vi går lige ind på... Der. Og... så skriver jeg Rogan, Sword, One, Hotel, Ubu, Death. Og så... der. Så på det tidspunkt her har han manuskriptet på sig. Ingen lyd. Så jeg gør lige sådan her. Det er så den der. Der. Okay. Jeg tror, der er lyd nu. Er der lyd? Nope. Okay. Det er... Lydindstillinger. Den der. Kan jeg vide, om det virker nu? Stadig ikke nogen lyd. Jeg vil gerne lige prøve en gang til her. Så... Hvorfor virker sådan nogle ting aldrig? Hvad er det? Hvad er det, som...
Thanks for helping me get the manuscript, Lady Piermont.
Anytime, my dear.
I just couldn't bring myself to use the buzzer on this dear lady. I have to go, ma'am.
Sådan der. Og der kom lyd fra... Okay. Og nu er der lyd på mig også. Yes. Jeg skruer lige lidt ned for det. Sådan der.
Hold it right there. Search him again, lad.
Is this what you're after, Guido?
See, that's see.
I can explain everything. Well, almost everything.
Too late. You're on your way to feed the fishes.
I'm allergic to fish. I break out in blotches when I eat tuna.
Let's go.
Det er, hvad der sker i originalspillet. hvis man går ud med manuskriptet i hånden, eller i sit inventory, som jeg har lige der. Men det har de fjernet i Director's Cut. Så åbenbart kan man heller ikke dø i Director's Cut-versionen. Det er jo på en måde lidt betryggende. Dobbelt lydspil. Sådan der, så burde dobbelt lyd også være væk. Nå, lad os lige komme ud af Hotel Ubu, og så slukker jeg.
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
You bet.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
You want us to break his arms?
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed.
Skal jeg slå en arm igennem ham, boss?
Check it out.
Back in Nico's apartment.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, Josh.
Vi stopper ikke her. Kan vi stoppe her? Nå, jeg har gemt. Jeg gemte inden jeg smed... sådan der. Jeg gemte inden jeg smed manuskriptet ud af vinduet. Så det er Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Vi nåede faktisk at komme rigtig langt. De der puzzles med Nico. Wow, hold da kæft, mand. Heldigvis er det kun en del af det. Men super spændende historie, og jeg glæder mig til at komme længere i spillet. Må lige finde ud af, hvornår at næste gang jeg skal streame alle de der ting der. Men i hvert fald super mange gange tak, fordi I kiggede med. Jeg tænker ikke lige, er det torsdag næste uge, vi fortsætter? Det finder jeg lige ud af. Helt sikkert tænker jeg ja, men vi finder lige ud af det. Men ja, hvem raider vi? Er der nogen, der er værd at raide? Chichi, hvem skal jeg raid? Mr. Slug, hvis han stadig er på. Hvem er det? Mr. Slug er ikke en, der streamer lige nu. Er det ikke Mr. Raven? Er der ikke 3 Dalek lookalikes? Kaja 114. Lad mig lige finde den, fordi Final Fantasy 16 kan man altid se. Ja. Det kan vi godt. Det er okay. Det kan jeg godt gå med til. Vi raider. Så skriver jeg raid, bla bla. Og ja, tak fordi I kiggede med. Ha' det nu så godt. Tak skal du have, Shadow. Tak skal du have, Muni. Tak skal du have, Chichi. Alle der pytte, alle der raidede, kan I have det rigtig, rigtig godt. Og vi ses næste gang.